What is up, YouTube? Chain time. So you all know what that means. This is 5 Questions with the Chase, episode 5 for Spanish viewers. My dogs just came into my room, weirdos, and episode number 5. But before I start episode number 5, I want to give a plug out to Stone Cold RKO 512. You guys already know he's doing 5 questions on his WWS Alliance channel. His new group. I think I pronounced all the W's right. If not, I am sorry. But yeah, his new group, he is doing 5 questions with Big Steven, so I'm going to put the link into his new group and to episode 1 down in the description down below, so you guys can check both of those out. And not only that, that's about it. Also, a news update, no SmackDown review this Friday. I'm going to my friend's going away party. He's going away off to college. I love this man, and I'm going to miss him. So no SmackDown. I hope you guys all understand that. Real life comes first. But anyways, let's get started with these questions already. So question number 1 comes from my man Andre Cleaner, Instant Classic. I don't know what he calls himself. He keeps asking me questions on my Facebook all the time. So his question is, should TNA use the Brian Kendrick gimmick to put him over? Really, I wasn't a big fan of the Brian Kendrick. I did not know what that gimmick was supposed to be all about. And it really just did bug me, the Brian Kendrick gimmick. I didn't really see a point to it other than to bring Ezekiel Jackson onto TV. Pretty much, I did not get into the Brian Kendrick gimmick. That is just me, though. Thank you for the question, though. Next question comes from Braden Walker for Life. This dude always hits me up with questions. I love it. Have you seen Styles, Daniels, and Joe from Unbreakable 05, and what did you think about it? Of course I've seen Styles versus Joe versus Daniels from Unbreakable 05. Frankly or not, Unbreakable 05 is actually one of my favorite TNA pay-per-view events from the TNA organization. I'm not even kidding with y'all. Sure, the card wasn't that great, but I just enjoyed the hell out of that event. That's just my personal reference. We saw some good matches between Rhino and Raven. I love the triple threat. So anyways, the triple threat, I really loved that match. To me, it was one of those matches that really made TNA, well known for many people. Many people, when they read in magazines like PWI or went on the internet and found out it was a Match of the Year candidate, they kind of were like, oh, I should check out this TNA. I mean, they're having Match of the Year candidates, so it must be a good, match if it's from this organization that I barely hear from. And really, it was a good match. I enjoyed it. I watch it probably every once a month. I'm not even kidding with y'all. It's a match that I can watch over and over again. I won't get bored. But like I said, once a month. But I believed it was a very great match. Very well deserved for the work all 3 men put in it. I mean, AJ Styles, one of my favorite wrestler currently. Samoa Joe, currently one of my favorite wrestlers. Kind of sucks what TNA is doing with him. And Daniels, not going to hate on the dude. He's an excellent performer, but I really could not get into any of his gimmicks. But once again, like I said, he's an excellent performer. Next question comes from CM Punk Nexus 100. Out of all the WWE divas, past or present, who's your favorite? That's a hard question. So, once again, like in my top 10 favorite wrestlers of all time, I'm basing this when I started watching wrestling in 2000. Yes, I've seen the past divas, but like I said, I'm basing it off how I viewed it when I was younger. So, my favorite diva, past or present, to be honest with y'all, I always loved Lita. Lita was spanking to me. She always showed her thong off. That was sexy. She always had red hair. I'm a big fan of redheads. So, it was just, a win-win. Not to mention she pulled off some Lucha Libre shit out of her ass most of the time. And I wasn't too fond of the Hardy Boys, but she made me kind of dig Team Extreme when I was a little boy. And, hey, she was like a girl that I actually liked. So, she's definitely my favorite diva, past or present. Second close has to be Mickie James. I always loved Mickie James and that booty. But I also love what Mickie James does in the ring. Alexa Lurie. I enjoyed most of her work. I also enjoyed Trish Stratus' work. So those 3 would have to be my favorite. But my favorite of all time has to be Lita. Next question comes from Multi-Boommaster. Another great avid fan who asked me a bunch of questions. Keep it up, man. Next Hall of Famer aside from Rock and Edge. Macho Man. I mean, he's a guy that basically was the second biggest draw next to Hogan. Arguably, he could have been the face of WWE, just like Hogan. He had all the charisma. He had all the skill. That is a man in itself that I believe deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. And not only that, the thing that this guy has done for the company, I think he deserves that Hall of Fame spot. Also, in the top 50 superstars that WWE made that crappy DVD, he was ranked higher than Hogan and Cena. He was ranked higher than 2 poster boys. I understand Cena, but Hogan? Dang. That means Macho Man has to have some love in that company. So I say Macho Man besides Rock or Edge. I think The Rock should wait a while. I think next year could be his time in the Hall of Fame. But I would like it if he was played second fiddle to Macho Man, because then you have a monster class. And as for Edge, his career was great. The rated R superstar, the Edgehead, whatever you guys want to call him, you know, he did wonders in the ring. Multiple time world champion, obviously. He was a superstar that people easily could love or hate. You know, great on the mic. Edge, his time will come, maybe sooner than it's supposed to be, but his time will come. Sucks what happened to his career and how he had to retire so early. But that's about it for that one. And now my final question. I saved this one for last because my boy asked me this like 3 weeks ago. And I told him I filmed these in advance, and he was like, okay, I can't wait to watch this episode. This comes from Ace's Wrestling Corner, otherwise Ace the Wrestling Nut, my boy from the GOG. And his question is, if Jim Cornette saw you in an alleyway and stuck a gun to your head, and he looked at you with his cold, calculated eyes, because you know Jim Cornette has those eyes like that, he walked you to a bar and you see Randy Orton, Jeff Jarrett, and Jim Cornette says to you, you have 3 options. You either blow Jeff Jarrett, like give him a blowjob, you blow Randy Orton, same thing as Jeff Jarrett, or you get shot in the head. Which one would you choose? Now that's a hard question. Would I value my life over blowing Jeff Jarrett's old wrinkly dick, or blowing Randy Orton's young, ruthless dick? I'm gonna freaking suffer my life. I'm sorry. These are 2 wrestlers that I'm not really that big on, mainly because of their egos. Randy Orton, you know, it's just like, I would give my life up before sucking a guy's dick. Now, if this was Santino's dick, maybe. If this was Mr. Perfect's dick, definitely. But not Orton or Jarrett's dick. I'm not going to go that far. Now, if someone said AJ Styles' dick, I would be all over that. But anyways, that's another story for another time. Ask me that question if you guys want to know why AJ Styles is dick. But anyways, I would not blow any of those 2. I would rather get shot in the head by Jim Cornette. And besides, when I go to heaven, I have a cool story. I see Tupac, and then Tupac's like, yo man, how'd you end up in here so young? I said I got shot in the head by Jim fucking Cornette. And he would be like, props, man. So yeah, pretty much that's about it. But anyways, thank you all for watching 5 Questions with the Chase. Sorry if it got a little homo there at the end. This question is something that Ace wanted to know, and I decided, you know what, I'll answer it. He just wanted a goofy question. Ask me goofy questions. Like always, ask me any question. I don't care what type of question. It can be sexual. It can be my life. It could be about juice. It could be about toilet paper. It could be about my hair. It could be about my eyes. It could be about my dogs. I don't care. About this chain, you know, anything. Just ask questions. I love questions. I love answering them. So, like I said again, thank you all for watching. Subscribe up above if this is your first time watching Chase Live 68. Wrestling Matters here, brother. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Add me on Skype. Like this video or dislike it. Comment down below more questions so I can put it in this Word document. And don't forget to subscribe to the newest channel, Chase and Ace, because we will be a great team. Because in reality, we are great. But anyways, that's enough with the plug-in and all this other stuff. Thank you all for watching once again. I'm coming up close to the camera. You all know what that means.